Hey everyone, so this video is going to be on the 4 things I did to get to sub 30 in 3x3 solving. I'm going to leave some links and resources in the description below that I definitely recommend that you look at if you're trying to get to sub 30 in your Rubik's cubing. But besides that, let's get into the tutorial. Okay, so we're going to be starting off with the cross, and for this stage of the solve, you want to be looking to solve the cross in under 5 seconds if you can, and there are a few ways you can do this. The first tip is that you should know how to solve the cross in many different ways, and I'm not going to go in depth into this in this video, but I've done a video before, so I'll leave a link in the description, and definitely check that out if you're not too experienced with the cross. So the second tip is that you want to know how to solve at least 3 pieces of the cross without looking or in your inspection time. And the way you do this is through blindfolded solving. So we're going to look for our cross pieces. So we've got one here, 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 and here. So we're going to select this piece, and this piece to solve. We're going to look where they are. We're going to figure out our solution for those 3 pieces of the cross. Then we're going to close our eyes and we're going to solve it. We go like this, move it across, put this down, do a D2, and you see that we have our cross solved here. And when you're doing an actual solve and you know how to do these 3 pieces every time, then you can start looking for the other piece you haven't solved whilst you're solving the cross during a solve, okay? And if this is too hard for you at the moment, start off solving one cross piece at a time, then 2 cross pieces. And if you get really good at solving 3 pieces, you can go to solving the full cross, which will make you a lot quicker. It'll make your F to L, your cross to F to L transition much better. Okay, so those are my tips for the cross for sub 30. Now we're into the F12 stage of the solve, and to be sub 30, your goal for this stage should be to solve it in less than 15 seconds. So the way you're going to get to this 15 seconds is through blindfold solving with intuitive F2L. For those of you who don't know what intuitive F2L is, I recommend that you look up some videos on YouTube. But basically what it is if you go online or you look on any sort of algorithm sheet, you'll see there are like 60 or a large number of algorithms for F2L. Thing is, you don't need to learn all of them. I only know about 4 or 5 of them that I use for the trickier F2L cases, but generally you can just solve them logically in your mind by yourself. So I'm just going to do a quick example. So we see we have our first pair here. You can move this here, push this down, U2, like this, and they're paired up. Then we're going to insert this back into here, just like that. We see we have this pair solved now. And our next pair I see is right here. Just go like this, like that, and we can pair them up and insert them into the right slot like that. The next pair I see is here and here. So if we go like this, we see they're paired up. Move it out, move it in, and we see we have this pair inserted now, and we have an easy pair here, just like that. Cool, so intuitive F2L, you don't really need to know all the algorithms, just some, like in that situation, it's very easy intuitive F2L cases. Yeah, so you don't need to learn all those F2L cases, just some of the trickier ones that I'll allude to later. And like I said, if you want to get a better example of this, I'd recommend that you look up some videos on YouTube on intuitive F2L, or I actually have some practice solves that I've done that use intuitive F2L, so you can look those up too. Now we're going to move on to practicing this blindfolded or without looking. So when I started trying to get better at F2L, I was doing a lot of slow solving and I found it wasn't really that helpful at this point. The thing that was most helpful for me was to do blindfolded pair solving. So you look at 2 pairs and then you close your eyes and you'll solve them without looking basically. So as we see here, we have these 2 pairs. We have this pair here. So what we're going to do is close our eyes and we're going to do this algorithm and we'll see we have that solved here. Then we'll look for our next pair. We see we have it right here. We're going to figure out in our mind how we're going to solve that. Then close our eyes. We're going to go like this. Insert that back into here. So that's our second pair solved. Then we'll look for the third pair. Do the same thing. Figure out how to solve it. Close our eyes. Go like this. That. And that's solved. And then we see we have a very simple 4th pair right here. So we're going to close our eyes, solve that, and we'll see we have it done. Okay, so I'm going to do a quick example of blindfolded solving, and I'm going to do it pretty quickly. So we see we have our first pair here, so we can go like this and insert it, so that's done. Our second pair here, insert it. Our third pair here, like that. We've got our fourth pair at the back here, just like that, okay? So hopefully by the end of your blindfolded solving, you should be able to solve quick like that. And then once you've gotten really good at that, then you can start doing your slow solving and working more on your look ahead, which is going to help your F12 a lot in the future. So through getting quicker at this, you should definitely be able to solve your cross in less than 15 seconds. And once you've gotten really good at blindfolded solving, then you can move into slow solving, where you're solving without any pauses, just so your mind can adapt to the way the pieces move around the cube. And in the long term, definitely make your F12 a lot more efficient. So now we're on to the OLL stage of the solve. And just like the cross, your aim should be to solve it in less than 5 seconds. So my tip for this is very simple. It's that you just need to know how to do 2-look OLL. So you just need to learn all those algorithms, execute them repeatedly, do a lot of practice solves, and naturally over time you get a lot quicker at them. Yeah, but that's pretty much it. Just 2-look OLL, and you should be able to solve it in less than 5 seconds. Okay, so now we're at the PLL stage of the solve, and just like the cross and OLL, your goal should be to solve this in less than 5 seconds. So my tip is that although you could definitely do this with 2-look PLL, I'd actually recommend that you learn all the PLL algorithms, because there's like, 21 or something around that number. There's not too many to learn, so I feel like at this stage, you may as well learn them. It's going to ensure that you do the PLL stage in less than 5 seconds, and over time, you'll just get a lot quicker at this, and it would be worth your time to just do this instead of constantly using 2-look PLL. Yep, so that's my tip. Definitely learn full PLL. So that's the end of the video for today. If you have any questions or comments, just leave them down below and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Other than that, I'll catch you in the next video. Cheers.